stuff. Now, I'm going to ask you about Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders. We'll make this into a separate video, so you'll get your own video for Fight Week as well. Don't want you to think I'm only calling you to ask about that fight. But it is happening this Saturday. It is in your division. We've spoken about it before, and you said you felt if any super middleweight was going to beat Canelo, it'd be Saunders or Caleb Plant. Has anything happened in Fight Week so far that's made you kind of change your feelings about the fight or edge one way or the other?
No, not really. Do you know, it's sort of, like I said before, like if you go off form, you're going to go with Canelo. You know, he's had good performances with Yildirim, looked very good. And Callum Smith, Kovalev, you know, the list goes on, and he's very consistent. With Billy Joe Saunders, you know, the last few performances haven't been the best. He will be the first one to say it, that he hasn't boxed to his full potential. But, you know, this fight, I'd say, is a 60-40 in Canelo's favour, just purely on the consistency of Canelo in his previous fights. But we do know Billy Joe Saunders has ability, and we do know that he has the style to beat Canelo. I just think that in this fight, the jab's going to be the one, the jab is going to dictate who wins this fight, and the person who can stamp their authority first in this fight will win.
You were Saunders' main sparring partner for his first world title victory over Andy Lee. You haven't sparred him since then, I believe, but obviously you've seen plenty of him. How do you feel he's changed in terms of his style and so on since those days?
It's mad. It's weird, really, because obviously at middleweight, I believe that Saunders moved a lot more. I thought he moved a lot more at middleweight. You know, since he's moved up to super middleweight, he's not moving as much as he used to. But he hasn't boxed that well since, you know, the Andy Lee and the Lemieux fight, really. He hasn't really had a standout performance at super middleweight. So I don't really know how Billy's going to perform in this fight. But I do know that Billy always rises to the occasion, and you're definitely going to see the best Billy Joe Saunders on this weekend.
There seems to be a couple of schools of thought about what type of style is kind of kryptonite for Canelo. Some suggest it's kind of a southpaw mover. We've seen him struggle with that in the past. Others say it's more like what Golovkin did and pushing him back from the offset. What camp are you in that regard?
I think to beat Canelo, you need to be able to do everything. You've got to be able to box in the back foot, you know, vary it, come forward, box in the pocket. So you've got to be able to do everything to beat Canelo Alvarez, because he keeps improving every fight. And he's picking up small things himself. See, while we go in the gym, we're learning, he's doing the same. And he doesn't seem like a fighter that's complacent. So for Billy Joe Saunders to win this fight and win well, he needs to be able to mix it up a little bit and show Canelo that there's no way of you beating me, and boss things, you know, in every position or every angle in the ring.
And if Billy Joe can pull it off, obviously against the odds, where do you think it ranks in terms of British victories abroad? It's something that's been talked about quite a lot these past couple of weeks.
It's going to be big. It'll be big. I don't think it will be the biggest. I'm trying to figure out who was the biggest, but it definitely will be big.
Yeah, everyone always talks about Lloyd Honeyghan against Don Curry being kind of the standard for Brits wins.
Yeah, because you just never expected it. And I don't know, it'll be big though. Definitely be one of the top four, I believe.
That's very specific. You're obviously in camp. There's only a week to go until the fight. Will you be staying up to watch Saunders and Canelo?
Oh yeah. Of course, yeah. 100%. I'm a boxing. I love boxing. I'm a boxing fan, and yes, I'm definitely going to wait up and watch that fight for sure.
Is going out and competing in the US, either not necessarily Texas, maybe Vegas or New York, one of those hotbeds, is that something that's on your wish list?
Yeah, I will definitely want to box out in America, and hopefully sooner rather than later.
Great stuff. Well, I really appreciate your time. Very best of luck as well for next week, and hopefully we can catch up again when you've got that blue strap over your shoulder.
That's it, mate. It's always a pleasure, mate. I just want to say thank you for all the support. And thank my sponsors, FCI Markets, BoxFit, for all the support as well. The future's bright, man. The future is black and yellow, mate.
Good stuff. Cheers, mate. You take care.
I'll see you later, bro. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.